This is Winston Churchill's train, one of his carriages. So this was the staff bathroom, basic sink, toilet roll, and a toilet, and a bin there. And then
that was a break when they put it in the sidings. That was a break what the guards could put on. Extinguishers again in there. That's locked away, but they're fuses. Fuses for the electrics.
Oh right, that's cool. And then down here it looks like you've got a stove.
That's it. That is an extinguisher. That's the valves, the steam valves for the heating. Because they've got sent to the radiators down at the bottom. There's radiators in every room, and that's where the steam up comes in, and that heated everything up for them.
That's the emergency switch off.
This room in here, this is where you used to get a lot of the servants would sit and the waiters if they were doing a meal, and they'd wait in here till the chefs got the food ready. Then they'd come out of here and they'd serve the meals. Also, it doubled up. This is the fuse boxes and everything in there, and they get things in there like detonators, what they used to put on the rails for the engines to run over, and that was a warning for the engine driver and the fireman. So sometimes if you get that, and then they'd stop the train.
Wow.
This is the kitchen. This is the kitchen where a lot of the meals were prepared. So much of the cooking was carried out in here. A lot of it, when they pulled up into stations, was waiting, and when they used to bring the hot food on, and they got the oven there where they used to reheat things and burn them. This in the days where there was no microwaves and things like that. None of that at all. All you got was steam, and that cooker that worked on what's called LPG, bottled gas.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
so
that is bottled gas, yeah. And that is a small heater down there for the heating all the water up. And this one here, up here, this is what they called the war room. This is where Churchill met all his people from the military. We used to come here and use this as a lot for the meetings on the lead up to D-Day, the D-Day landings. On the table, it used to be set out with aerial photographs of the Spanish, French, German and Norwegian coastlines, where they used to look round and choosing the targets for landing things for the D-Day landings. Also, the fjords where the Germans used to hide the boats, and they used to be looking for them. You know, send the bombers over to try and get them. That is Churchill's private desk. That's where he used to sit. And also at night, when it wasn't used for the meetings, it was doubled up. This was the dining room. So, and also this was also used by the Queen, not just Churchill. But this was just one of 10 coaches. So there was loads more coaches. What used to be put down there. There's a bathroom. So I was telling you earlier on, above, there's water tanks above this roof here. What they used to fill them up and with the water. That's with the handle there. Just pull it down if they wanted to take a shower or get in the bath. And handle there for flushing the toilet. In those days, when the toilet, used to flush the toilet, everything, the waste, went onto the rails.
yeah,
Yes, yes.
it's your sink.
We've got two bedrooms here. First bedroom, this was Winston Churchill's bedroom, as you can see. Another bedroom for dignitaries. this is the lounge. Okay? Are you working?
Mm-hmm.
Right, as you can see in here, basically all the wood panelling in this area, basically through the coach is teak. You can see, and if you look up at the screws at the top, everything is in uniform, in a line, straightforward lines. And as you notice there, right through the coaches, everybody in those days were smokers. There's ashtrays all over, things like that. And you get you can see the chrome at the top where that's where you can open, that's your ventilation, where you can open and close your ventilation for the room. And these are heaters, where the steam, you know, where these heat things up, and that's part of the central heating. At the top there, that's just a speedometer, so whoever's in here, they can just check how fast the train's going. And as you see in the corner, that was a seat, that was where Winston Churchill sat.
Mm-hmm. And this is a picture of Winston Churchill.
And that's Winston Churchill there, yeah.
And this is where it's located at the West Sheds at...
Yeah, if you want to take one of those, by all means take one.
Thank you. Thank you so much for helping me do this virtual tour.
Thank you to Ivan for doing this tour, and huge shout out to the Princess Royal Class Locomotive Trust.